And now I think we're going to go over a listed first red day. Or are we going to go over?
Okay.
I think we should. We might as well go over our listed first red day. Because when you guys are starting to notice shorts happening. Shorts are starting to come our way. And what that is, we're going for one pattern right now in a short, usually. Most likely. I mean, we sometimes go to other things, but for the most part, we're watching for a stock to get huge run-ups because right now the market is wild. And you see these first red days approaching. We'll go a full breakdown on DGLY first red day pattern. This is the pattern. I try not to make you guys feel stupid, but try to imagine these things like you're in kindergarten and you're looking at patterns again. Here we go. First red day.
This right here is a listed short first red day. The absolute mirror opposite of the first green day that we just crushed. DGLY is the same thing, just complete opposite. So instead of the first green, it's the first red, right? So this is a stock that ideally is very overextended. The first thing you want to look for when you're looking to short the first red day pattern is overextension. You want to see multiple green days in a row, right? And I'm talking about big green days, like 50% plus, 3 green days, 4 ideally back to back to back. And that creates a lot of overextension, and then you're anticipating the plays, you're anticipating the first red day, and piggybacking the move down on the continuation from that first red day. So once these stocks get overextended, yeah, we play that first green day, but once they spike 3 days, 4 days in a row massively, 300, 400, 1,000%, some of these crazy runners, we look to short them. And there's a really good high odds, high probability opportunity on the backside of the move, and you can make money when the stock's going down. So DGLY, we actually just covered up today. We shorted it yesterday, and we covered it today. Mm-hmm. We got 500 shares.
Good thing we did, because it actually came back up.
It was a good cover. You always want to reward yourself when you're on the right track, and even if it goes lower, it goes lower. But when
it's $1 on your money.
When you hit your goals, it's a good thing. So we got 500 shares at 566 short, and we covered it today at 458. So over $1 per share, 20%, a little under 19%, overnight on your investment. So $1,000 you put in there, you make 200, and so on and so forth. So this is a really nice high probability trade that we've been tracking for a while now. So let's dive in. Let's do it.
Let's jump in.
DGLY. Digital Alley. Look at this. Look at the long-term chart. Just it's incredible. I just zoom into the last couple months. Just look at how this stock just picks up like this. Freaking unbelievable. Really, truly crazy.
Yeah, the stock actually went nuts. I don't get it.
Yeah, had that one day. Got big volume, big gap up one day, and then took a couple days of consolidation around 2 light volume days, which is good. This is nice healthy stock you see right here.
Healthy.
Really perky, healthy stock.
What were they? This is because they were doing the webcams.
They got the body cams.
Such fluff.
A lot of fluff going on.
A lot of body cam.
They basically just reminded us that they were in body cam business.
Body cam. You gotta find hot sectors though, and for those that were long this, I mean I wouldn't long it, but for you that did, congratulations. You took advantage of a hot sector.
That's
just
a short, Lois.
Sell
you see
it
that?
and then short it. But hot sector, body cam.
Yeah. So they were fluffing up. Heavy volume, and you can see it. They had that one big day, and then a couple days of consolidation, and then boom, 4 big green days in a row. Which is, if you're looking to short this, is a really, really good opportunity. So that's exactly what we're looking for. But the key is with this trade is you have to be patient enough to wait for that weakness to start showing. It's very easy to get caught up on the front side of this move and short it, when it's at $5 and then it goes up to 7. So, don't be that guy. Wait for it to show some weakness and then create your plan. And that's what we did here. So we saw it had these 3 big days in a row. And in this day, we were really looking to short it and hoping that it would go up one more game. I mean, one more day. We wanted this to go up one more day, so
Gotta bet on it to go down.
we know this is not going to continue its run like this.
Vinny was buying this stock.
A lot of people buy into it, but it's it's very quick. The spikes are quick and they're short-lived. So
Which is OTC stocks in general.
this is actually
It's
listed.
actually one of those
This is a
listed ones, but they
ones.
went wild. It shouldn't go up It shouldn't go up from 1 to 7, and this quick.
So-
There's no stock that should do that.
So this fourth,
That one's
$1
at
to
$7,
$7,
yeah.
dude.
it's a very big key from 1 to 7 on the fourth green day. That is a monumental day for momentum in the stock.
It's been 4 straight green.
4 straight massive green days in a row. I don't care what has happened in the last year. The fact that it had 4 big green days in a row on high volume and over 50% every single day is unbelievable. And that's short-term overextension. And
No matter what it
Way
is.
too high. It's gotta come
it's
back.
it's just up way too much. So once
We
we're
gotta
just
get
waiting
back.
for that pendulum to turn around at the top, and then we start attacking on the flip side and making money while it drops.
So how do you
So now,
Good
like I
question.
said, the fourth green day, this fourth green day is
Ooh, look at that dip.
important. It's very important. It's very important.
This is that 4th day he's zooming in on now, Trevor. The one that got to 710.
Let's get some.
So
That's
that was its peak 710?
it's a peak 710. After 4 straight days, after it came from 140, it peaked out at 710.
And what's it at now?
But the reason he's gonna
Well,
break
we're
down
about to
why,
break down where we sold.
dude, why we didn't get in at 710. We waited because it's hard to guess the top. Because look, it was
Alright.
at 3, and that seemed like that was a
Wait, so
lot
you
from
you
1.
wanna buy it at the top?
No, you don't
Short
even
it.
need to. When we're shorting it, we're still looking. We're looking for the downside, but you don't need to short it all the way at the top. You can still make good money shorting it when it's showing weakness. You don't have to wait. You don't have to like guess the top. Just let it show its weakness.
All right, so
Go ahead.
this is the 3rd big green day right here, right?
Ooh.
Which is phenomenal. This is strong. This is not a day that you want to short. Yes, it's the 3rd green day, this day right here, but this day looks strong. This looks like a strong day. It's closing high. It was making new highs of the day at the end of the day. It's still a strong move and means the stock can go higher. But at this point, if it's acting like that on its 3rd green day, you know that if it goes up one more day, that next day is going to be very deciding on whether or not it's going to continue its trend or not. Because if it doesn't, there's room for it to come down.
Yeah.
So now we know this coming in, and we created this plan coming into the next day, knowing that if it does start to create weakness and start to come back down, it can continue to come down because it's so overextended, right? So the next day, it's up. Look at this already.
And we're like, holy.
It's already
fuck.
up. Well, actually, that was
after.
post market. It dipped
That was
down
after hours.
pre market, but look, faked some more people out right here and went and took off, right? So that right there that's why you'd say it was like kind of
Pretty sure
it was
got
kind of
open,
weak.
yeah.
It was kind of showing weak right here, but I don't really want to make a move on an initial move right when the market opens. I like to let the market settle and decide what it's going to do before I make a move. And give yourself at least 10, 15 minutes to let the move decide, because clearly this stock wanted to go higher after 2 or 3 minutes into it. So you don't want to rush in like, oh, it's dropping already. Let me short because I think it's going to drop right away. You want to see if there's going to be buyers that actually come in and push the stock higher. And clearly they did, and it kept going. So ideally, this was the best spot to short the stock into this 4th morning spike, but you're never going to find the top. You're never going to find the top. And you just want to notice the top when the top happens. And that was the top. As the morning went by, it came below, right? It came back below. Okay, that's something. The fact that it came back below a little bit, that shows some weakness.
It's on the 4th day, so you're asking for a 5th day if it holds.
But still, it was above where it opened, right? So it's still green when it was here. So the day goes on. It actually comes back and tries to get back towards the 7, which is pretty bullish, right? That's pretty like, wow. 4th green
Maybe
day,
this will go
it's
more, I
doing
don't know.
this, going higher, coming towards 10 cents from the highs. This could possibly go higher. But that was a big trap. That ended up being a massive trap for anyone who thinks it could go higher, because
But you really don't know though.
you
But
don't.
the key is that it did come back down.
But the
look,
key
'cause
is
we
that
waited.
this
We're
happened.
Not, that's why
We
exactly.
just let
You don't know
this
yet.
happen.
We
You
don't
don't
know
know.
if this
We
is
don't
yet.
know.
That's why we
We
didn't get
didn't
in
have-
yet.
we
We're
didn't
gonna
have.
we're gonna show you when.
But
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
We're gonna show you when we Yeah.
still 1 o'clock.
We're gonna
now.
show when we were convinced enough to do it.
So this is you know, we see that it rejected. We see that it got rejected, and you know, that's just becomes kind of the resistance at that point. It topped off at 7, and then it topped off at 675. So now, can it get back to there? Can it do it? Can it get back to that spot on a 4th green day? It's just such an imperative, important day. Can it do it? And look what happens. Coming in 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, it starts to fade back down to the lows. And this is the lows where it was in the morning too. So this is showing weakness right here. This right here is weakness. And to be honest, we didn't even get the best spot. We didn't even
we really
short at the. We probably shorted at the worst possible spot of the day. We could have shorted.
We literally shorted
any.
right there. At the end of the day.
We shorted right there.
When you
We
refer
waited
to
all-
short,
we waited
you
all
just
day.
mean that you're waiting for it to drop to buy in.
Yeah. So
That's what you're
at
talking
this
about.
We're
very
waiting for the
point,
weakness because it's been 4 straight days.
Okay.
there is such a small chance that this stock is gonna get back to 6, let alone 650,
continue for a 5th
let
day.
alone
From
675,
140.
let alone 7. On a
would've been wild.
on a 5th day, it would have been wild. So, although the stock wasn't red, this kind of weakness in the afternoon was to us a good first sign of weakness and a good level to risk off of.
It's almost
you know?
it's an hour and a half that it's under VWAP, which is like that means
It's
like
been
the buyers
all
are underwater.
afternoon. This was going straight down.
Oh, I gotta go.
So
You can finish it off.
So this was just going straight down, and this is the action in the afternoon that I'm talking about. Look at this, crack below VWAP, made another new low here. This is a downturn in the afternoon, and that's the first. No, we weren't in yet. We weren't in yet. We shorted right here at the end of the day.
What do you mean?
We shorted.
Purple lines where you guys buying.
No.
That's
So-
a different purple line. There is a purple line though.
So this is weakness. This is the first sign of weakness, and we let it go. So we shorted.
So you guys lost on this one.
Right here. No. This is actually a good win. So we shorted here at 565, and we took it overnight, right before the close. So a couple minutes before the close, 500 shares. It actually went up a little bit after hours, just a little bit, a couple 20 cents, and then dropped out. So that was the first sign right there, post market, when the stock had you see this drop down to 5 that it had.
But isn't that after hours?
That was after hours,
That
but
is
that's
after
still
hours?
that was after
Wait,
hours.
this is not OTC.
This is listed. The listed.
Listed.
So
ones.
OTC does not.
Does
not
not.
after
You
hours.
are
These
right.
You
Yep.
can buy and sell after hours.
Yeah.
On listed stocks.
Listed
yes.
stocks only.
Yeah. So we could have covered this. It dropped to 5. We could have made 65 cents a share after hours on the stock, but we didn't. We wanted to let the first red day play out,
I
and
mean, it's great weakness to see.
it was good weakness to see.
that bounce
It
is
bounced,
fucking
it
bullshit.
bounced, but we knew even though it
Why don't
bounced.
you guys play after hours? It seems like it.
No, you could.
You could, dude. We have our own strategy, you know.
You could.
It just, yeah.
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 Let you know.
So coming into the morning actually is, a big key too, because we were actually able to control this trade and, let it play out, which is a big key. You got to let it play.
There's a lot less volume too. Like not as much people buying in and out.
But once the market opened, right? So this is the open of the market right here. Once it opened, we were actually basically even. So it was still there, even though all this choppiness happened overnight, pre-market. It dipped down to 525. It opened back at 565. So we were even. But we were really risking off of this purple line here at 610, which really was the median price of yesterday, right? So we knew if it was going to get above 610 and hold above here and really want to push, we would have to get out. And we would, we'd lose 30 cents, 40 cents on the trade and move on. But the likelihood of that was so slim. And even though it tried to get to 590, it was so quick. This right here was 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, and then it got crushed.
If it got
right
above
away.
6, we would have started getting nervous.
It didn't even try to get to 6.
Yeah.
It was quick.
It couldn't even get to that
Really,
spot.
that was actually a massive opportunity to short again right there, because your risk level was right there at 6 anyway. So if you add to your position right here, you're risking maybe 10 cents on that position right there, and the possibility of the play working out for you is still there, So you could have added to the position here, but we just stuck to the plan. And look at that, it came down, couldn't even get back. That became such a massive spot right under 6 once it cracked like that. And then after that, it was kind of just a straight up bleed out, and that's fantastic, all the way down to $5. Look at that morning.
But there we
dip.
go. If you zoom out, I mean, you couldn't have called that better.
All
And
the way down to $4.
We're not going to guess the bottom. We're not going to guess the top. We're just taking the meat of the move, which is the middle of that,
We took it from 565
which is right here.
and down to 458.
All
And we
the way
rewarded
down to
ourselves
here.
on this big panic when it was making a new low a day.
We wanted to take the low once it panicked again.
And we took it, and it was absolutely phenomenal. Hit our
I actually
goals.
panicked to 4, but look at the
Yeah.
bounce it had. So that's why you got to take bags.
Yep.
Because if you don't and you're like, fuck, I'm not, say we don't take this and it keeps going, you could get caught back up into this. So
Yep.
don't, grab that. That's nice.
Take the bag.
That's
That's
more than $1 on your money. If you
Yep.
buy 1,000 shares, you made $1,000 bucks.